Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Wednesday. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? It is 4:01. Y'all, today's been a great day. Not gonna do any shops because, Mother Nature. Y'all know Mother Nature, everything's going great. And then Mother Nature, she just like pops up out of nowhere and be like, "You're not pregnant." Awesome, great. Didn't plan on it. So gotta deal with her first day. Y'all know how first days be. It's just ugh. But I have been taking these vitamins and they're really good. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so these are flow vitamins. I've seen them on the internet. Like I've had these for like a couple of months now, but like I've been seeing people on the internet talk about them. I'm like, let me give this a try. But these are really great. Like the first day is just but then like the rest of the days it's just like a breeze. But look here, ladies, these are good. These are good. I recommend it. This ain't paid. This ain't paid. This ain't an advertisement or nothing. I'm just helping y'all ladies out. Ladies, try them. Try them. But yeah, other than that, everything's good. I'm like, y'all, it's 403 right now. I'm like, you know what? Let me do this review. I was going to do it later in the day, but I'm like, nah, let me get it out right now. So I just got done. Rewatching the season finale of Mayans MC. I watched it yesterday. Same emotions I had yesterday. I still have them today. Because, y'all, that was a good season finale. That was really, really good. That was a good season finale. Okay, now that the season's over, I have questions. And I'm like, you know, but I'm going to save it to the end. Or I might just bring them up during the review. But y'all, how did y'all like the season finale? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Jesus Christ. There's 4 pages? No. Well, understandable. But dang, I didn't think it was that many pages. But y'all, let's get into it. This is Mayans MC Season 3, the finale, chapter the last, nothing more to write. Let's get into it now. So, okay. Opening scene, we see a young Ezekiel and we see his mom. They're reading a story. Then all of a sudden you hear this boom on the window. I'm like, what was that? Go outside. It's a hummingbird. I'm like, ain't no way a hummingbird can make that loud of a noise. It sounded like a rock kicked that window, but it was a little hummingbird. And it was a little shook up, all right? But the mama, she released it and it started flying again. So then we get in the present day and we see Ezekiel and Gabby and they're looking in each other's eyes and, you know, they're all smitten. They're both smitten with one another. So then they get up and did y'all peep the shirt that Gabby was wearing, the Selena shirt? I'm like, yes, anything for Selena's. But they're just talking about how they're gonna go about their day and them leaving to go to Lodi. Next we see Angel and Nails. They having sex, and then Angel, he turns his head and he looks at the nightstand beside him, and must have been that he left the ring there for Adelita to wear, but she didn't wear it. So next we see Emily. Emily's waking up, y'all. She is knocked out, but she woke up and bruises. There's a bruise like right here, and her eyes are just dark. And I'm like, oof, girl, you had a night. You had a night. So she's waking up. She goes into the bathroom. She's stretching and everything. She like, why am I wearing this gown? Did I buy this gown? She like, is this mine? So then she look in the mirror. And then she's looking for her medication. We still don't know what her medication is for. We don't know. If If y'all know what her medication is for, put it down in the comments, because I don't remember seeing like a label for her medication. But taking her medication, she's trying to look for it. She can't find it. She look in the drawer where she usually have it. It ain't there. She looking around and she sees it. It's in another drawer. Looks at it. She feels something's a little off about it. So then she was like this. She was like, She opened it. And then she pours out in her hand. And she noticed that there are few pills than there were before. So then she looks in the mirror and she sees the glass. And she looks at it. She goes and she picks up the glass and she sees the residue that is still on the glass. And I said, Glendo, if you're going to poison your wife, this is what I would have done. This is what I would have done. When I snapped out of it, I'm like, oh my God. Pulled him out of the tub and everything. I would have got the glass and I would have put it in the bath water and I would have cleaned it out, put it back on the floor, and then, took it to bed and like cleaned her up. But girl, you just left it right there for her to realize, oh snap, this dude tried to oh no, this dude tried to poison me. I'm like, what? And then when you took her medication and you put it in the wrong place, put it back to where it was. No, because then she know, oh snap, this dude tried to kill me. So next we see Alvarez. Alvarez is getting cleaned up. He's slicking his hair back and everything like that. He takes off his Mayans ring because he's about to kill Ezekiel. So he gets outside and he sees that former head of security is out there. And he was like, Galindo just asked me to join you. Okay. So basically he just wanted to be there when it happened. Okay. So we are at Ramos's charter. Is his charter in Arizona or is it in California? Y'all, where is Ramos's charter? Because I be thinking it's in California somewhere, but he be in Arizona. Remind me which one. So wherever his charter is. And there's this girl, she's getting her car fixed. And so they must be having a where they hide their business, to make it look legit. Okay, so like Sons of Anarchy, they had a auto shop. So that was their business. And then with the Santo Padre charter, I think they run a scrapyard shop. And I guess with Ramos's charter, they run an auto shop too. So she's looking to get her car fixed. And so Ramos's charter members, they come in, she leaves. All right, pick it up by tomorrow afternoon. So she leaves and she calls Ezekiel. And Ezekiel tells her, okay, you did good. Get the car. That's somewhere else. That's somewhere in the back and leave. So she was like, oh, wait, I forgot to get something from the trunk. So she opens the trunk and it's a bomb in there. And she covers it up with a blanket. So she leaves. And now we realize that, oh, snap, they about to blow up Ramos. Well, yeah, Ramos. So next we see Creeper and Hank. Creeper and Hank, they talking about Steve, dang, like, what made him want to do this? Like, he was a patch member and everything. And you can still see the look of sadness mixed with anger on Hank's face. And Hank just flips out. What made me mad this scene is that they had a girl cleaning up this dude's blood. Y'all witnessed this dude kill himself. Y'all making this girl clean up his blood. That pissed me off. Because why would you make her do that? That's adding more trauma to what she witnessed. How come y'all couldn't get a professional to do that? Why didn't y'all not do that? Y'all afraid that a professional might come in here and like rat y'all out or something? Why would y'all have that girl clean that up? I felt so bad for her. And like I said in the previous video, if y'all going through something, call someone. I put the number in the description box. If y'all going through something, talk to someone. talk it out, talk it out. Just know that you are here. You're loved for a reason, okay? Mwah. Love you. Okay, so sorry I had to get deep, but someone needs to hear it, okay? But that made me mad. That really made me mad that they had that girl cleaning it up. So then we see Taza and Bishop. They talking about something. Taza gets a phone call from Laura, and she's saying that, look here, I need a gun. Look here, her eyebrows are everything. I love her eyebrows. Every time I saw her, her eyebrows was just on point. Love her eyebrows. But he gets a call from Laura, and she's like, look here, I need a gun. Okay, Paulo came, and I just need to protect myself, okay? Do you have a gun? Tyler's was like, yeah, I'm on my way. So next we see the former DA that was Potter's partner last season, who arrested Adelita. So she's having dinner, and she looked stressed, okay? And then Adelita comes in, and she's wearing the same clothes that she wore when she killed Palomo. Dirty, covered in blood, like, girl, what? And so she has her gun just out in public. Anywhere you can call the cops and be like, yo, this girl got a gun. I think she about to do something. But no, nobody ain't saying anything. So the DEA, she tells her that she got fired, and Potter went somewhere else, and stuff just went left. And then Adelita was like, where's Potter? And she had the gun facing this girl. And in this scene, I was like, Adelita, do not waste a bullet on this girl. Do not waste a bullet on this girl. Kill Potter, of all people. Potter is the one that set this all up. Potter is the one that got you arrested. Potter is the one that took your kid. Don't waste your bullet on this girl. Pull the trigger on Potter, okay? And so the girl, she reached into her purse. She was like, I need to open my purse. She opens her purse. There's a gun right next to a notepad. And I said, girl, you about to bang. Girl, don't do it. So she pulls out the notepad, and she writes down Potter's address. And she tells Adelita, don't believe what he's saying. Okay? So back at the garage ramp, Easy and Gilly, they talking about what Steve said before he pulled the trigger. And while they're in the midst of talking, Conche pulls up. No. Which one did it kill? Ramos. Ramos pulls up. And they are like, okay, they getting ready. They about to get ready to, they getting ready. They get in position. He gets back in his car, and he opens the door, and it's his son. He pulls out a kid, and I said, no, 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 no. No, no, no. We're not going to do this. We are not about to kill a baby. We're not about to do this. We are not about to kill a child. And I'm like, no, no, no. Don't do it. Do not do it. Even Angel is saying, I'm not going to kill a kid. Gilly was like, we only got this one chance. And I said, no, y'all not about to kill this kid. And so Ezekiel gets out the car, and the Angel's like, oh, dang, let me go get this dude. He gets out the car. And so Ezekiel, he's slowly walking up to the auto shop. He keep looking in the window. He keep looking in. I'm like, boy, if you keep looking in that window, they're going to see you, and they're going to shoot you. Stop doing that. He keep looking back in the window, and he see the boy get up. Ramos is about to leave, and he said, Dad. Ramos looks at the kid, and he sees Ezekiel in the window, and I said, oh my gosh, you idiot. So then Ezekiel, he's like, oh crap. He starts running. And he calls the phone number that's attached to the bomb to go off. He calls that number, and it just blows up. And I said, y'all killed a kid. I said, y'all did not just kill an innocent baby. What did y'all do? Oh my gosh. So, they get back to the clubhouse, and they say, it was multiple casualties. The kid's banged up, but he's good. And they said, Ramos, Ramos is dead, and they just start celebrating. It's a silent celebration. So Ezekiel leaves, and the Arizona Charter president ref, because in real life, old dude that plays the Arizona Charter president, he's a UFC fighter. That's what he does in real life. He's a UFC fighter. So referee. He's a UFC referee. So I call him ref because that's where I know him from. But he says, okay, I'm about to go back to Arizona and call a meeting. So they about to do a shot, and y'all, they cheers and they say, to the king. And I said, in that moment, I tweeted out and I said, Clay Morrow has been reincarnated. Y'all, I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying this. Depends on how many seasons this show gets renewed. They already renewed for season 4. Congratulations. However many seasons that they get renewed, I feel that Bishop is going to become Clay Morrow. Now, when I tweeted this, somebody else said, what if Angel turns into Clay? And I'm like, nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Bishop, because you doing all of this, you killing every other president of the Mayans charter because you want to be the number one guy. That is what Clay was in Sons of Anarchy. Clay wanted to be the judge, the jury, the prosecutor, the defender. He wanted to be everything, okay? Clay was power hungry and he was money hungry. And I see Bishop slowly churning. I see Bishop turning into Clay Morrow. And y'all know how Clay Morrow ended up, alright? Dead. So when they said cheers to the king, I said Clay Morrow is about to be reincarnated. He has been reincarnated, okay? So, Ezekiel and Angel, they have a brother moment. And, Ezekiel tells Angel that me and Gabby, we're going to go to Lodi. And he was like, I'm swing by Pops, I'm going to tell him. And then Angel's like, don't worry about Bishop, I'll tell him. And so he told Angel that this cut, while it may look nice, this is toxic. And I need to let it go. So Gilly's leaving. And Lady pops up. And Gilly was like, you can't be here. Like, we don't rock with Coco anymore. You can't be here. You're not allowed here. The lady was like, look here. You are my dad's best friend. Coco is up in Meth Mountain, okay? I'm worried about him. He needs to come home. Gilly was like, look here. He ain't my problem anymore, and you're not allowed in here. The lady was like, F all of y'all, all right? She just, F all of y'all. And I'm like, ooh, pissed. So Ezekiel's packing up, and Emily comes and visit him. She just pops up out of nowhere. I'm going to tell y'all how I feel about this scene when I'm done. So she notices that Ezekiel's leaving. She's like, you're leaving? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, with her? The way that she said it was with disgust. Like, you're leaving with her? Really? You're leaving with her? And I'm like, girl, this don't concern you. You ain't in his life anymore. Girl, goodbye. Leave. And so she brings up a memory that they had when they were in school. And she was like, you remember that book you used to read to me in the back of Felipe's truck? And he was like, the story of, what was it? The soldier of solitude or something? I Googled it. The soldier. I think it was the soldier of solitude. I think that's what it was. Nope, that wasn't it. What did they say? Oh my god, they said something. Oh, the 100 Years of Solitude. That was the book that Ezekiel read to Emily. And he said it, and I copied it word for word. And he was like, she was like, I think that I'm the girl that you read to me in the summer. And he was like, the soldier that has been destined, yeah, the soldier had been destined to have 7 children and die in her arms of old age. But the bullet that entered his back and shattered his chest had been directed by the wrong interpretation of the card. So I guess the girl was about to get a tarot card reading in the book. So Emily was like, I think there's been a wrong interpretation of our cards. And I said, girl, what you trying to get at? She was like, we were supposed to go up north. Easy. We were supposed to have a family. And I'm like, girl, too little, too late. Goodbye. And she gives him a kiss. I said, mm-mm. So, y'all, okay. I feel like it's too late to do a cast change, but I don't feel the chemistry with Emily and Ezekiel. I don't feel that chemistry. I never felt it. Have any of you guys felt that? Because I don't feel the chemistry between the actor that plays Emily and the actress that plays Emily and the actor that plays Ezekiel. I don't feel that chemistry with them. I'm like, no, I don't feel this. Do they have chemistry tests or stuff like that in Hollywood? Like, I don't feel that chemistry, and it's like, I'm not, how do I want to say this? How do I want to say this? Oh, man. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but like, I just feel that maybe someone else should be playing the character Emily. Oh, I don't want to say it. I don't know if I should say it. But I just feel like, because you don't see a lot of, oh, I'm not going to say it. If y'all know what I'm trying to get at, put it in the comments. Because I don't feel this chemistry with the actors, Emily, who plays Emily, and JD and Ezekiel. I don't feel that chemistry, and there's a reason why. I just feel like somebody else should be playing the part of Emily. I'm gonna just say that. So, she basically, like I said, she says that, look here, our paths were supposed to cross again in another time, and like, we were supposed to go up north. We were supposed to have a family. We were supposed to leave, but apparently we both chose different paths, and it is what it is. So Gabby pops up and she visits Pops, and he hands her last paycheck, and he also gives her a necklace that his ex-wife wore. So he sits her down and he basically tells Gabby, I understand that you love Ezekiel. I get it, but you're trying to fix a broken human being. And you can't fix a broken person. You can't do that. You can't fix a person who has problems. So what you need to do is that you need to live your life and you need to go. And I'm like, you know what? Gabby did give me that type of person. Gabby likes helping broken people. And I feel like she did like Ezekiel. I did feel that chemistry. I liked their chemistry. I liked Gabby and Ezekiel together. But I did have a feeling that she likes to help broken people. And let me tell you this. You can't help a broken person. You can't. You can't help a broken person. That person wants to either help themselves. And if they don't want to help themselves, don't spend your breath trying to help a broken person. You can't do that. You can't fix broken people. So, okay. So the ref is in Arizona. And he's having a meeting with some of the Mayans. And he is having a meeting with the Oakland charter president. And he was like, look here, everybody wants to just make peace. So let's make peace. So then the Oakland charter president, he wants to give Ref his cut back. So Ref, turns his back. He all smiley. He all happy. Like, oh, I'm about to get my cut back. I'm getting my cut back. He turns his back Oakland Charter puts on his cut, and then out of nowhere, here comes Ramos. Ramos pops up. No, Conche. It was Conche. His name is Conche. Why do I keep calling him Ramos? Dang, it's too many of them. Ramos. Okay, Ramos. Ramos pops up thinking that he was dead. Ramos says, I ain't dead. I ain't dead. And then Oakland Charter, he was like, you know what? F your king. Basically, F Bishop. And he shoots Ref in the back of the head. And I said, karma is coming soon. Alright, so we get Galindo. Galindo gets out of the bathroom. And he gets a phone call from, guess who? Potter. Girl, Potter just popped up out the blue. Potter is somewhere MIA. We don't know where Potter is. And Potter tells him, look here, Palomo, she's dead because of her association with the LNG. And look here. So with the murder charges that we have on you, we seized your property, both, borders in the U.S. and in Mexico. We seized your property, and the FBI, the DEA, the ICE, they come to raid your property in about 45 minutes. So, goodbye. Galindo looks shook, okay? So, Emily is with Cristobal, and her phone ringing. It's Galindo. She ain't answering it. His bodyguards, his phone is ringing. He answers it. He hands the phone to Emily, and look here. Galindo is freaking out. He was like, okay, look here. Do you remember the code word that I told you? If anything goes down, yeah, it's about to go down. So what I need you to do, I need you to go to the bank. I need you to get the security deposit and meet me at the location that I'm about to send you because it's about to go down. Okay? Okay. Click. So she gets Cristobal and they leave. So Alvarez and former head of security, they parked far away from Pops' butcher shop. They see Ezekiel, and former head of security was like, man, let's just go in there and, kill him. Alvarez was like, nah, man, this dude's seen so many, troubles happen up in that butcher shop. Let's wait. So Ezekiel walks in, he's smiling, he's like, where's Gabby? Gabby ain't there. Pops was like, she left. Ezekiel was like, well, what did she say? Awkward silence. He's like, Pops, what did she say? Pops ain't saying nothing. And then Ezekiel realized, he was like, what did you say? And I said, that's the question you need to be answering, is what did he say? Pops ain't saying nothing. And Ezekiel walks out. Ezekiel, he gets on his bike, revs it up, he drives. Alvarez, he pulls up, driving behind him. Former head of security thinks that Ezekiel knows what's going on. Ezekiel do not know what is going on, okay? So they had a stoplight. And former head of security was like, yo, let's just pull over to the side and let me blast them right there. Alvarez was like, just wait. Light turns green. Ezekiel goes. Alvarez parks the car. And former head of security pulls out his gun. He was like, what are you doing? Okay? What are you doing? Okay? He says that I'm loyal to Galindo. He starts saying everything. He was like, don't make me shoot you. And then Alvarez was like, you must not know who I am. Alvarez pulled out a gun. I'm like, yes. I'm like, Alvarez. I was like, look here. Alvarez better not go out like this. I'm like, if this is how Alvarez is going to go out, I said, y'all really going to let him go out like this? The head honcho that Alvarez is, y'all going to let him go out like that? They said, nah, we ain't going to let him go out like that. So, next, we see Ezekiel. He pulls up to Gabby's house, and there's a note. And it says, when summer returns and the roses bloom. Cut to Gabby. She in the car with her uncle, and she crying, okay? And then Ezekiel, he pulls off, and he leaves a note at the porch. I said, girl, you broke that dude's heart. He broke that poor baby heart. Okay. So, we at Laura's house. And Taza comes back. He got the gun. Okay. So out of nowhere, here comes Paulo. I said, girl, this was a setup. Oh my gosh. And she said she had to do it because he had David. So she leaves. And Taza sees that Paulo has the Mayans cut on. And he was like, bro, it's only temporary because look here, the Santo Padre, they about to get what's coming to him. So he takes Taza to the living room of Laura's house. And it's covered in like tarp. And I said, oh, you about to kill him right here? So Paulo tells him, I should have done this a long time ago. But Taza was like, oh, what? Okay, Taza, yeah. So Paulo was like, I should have killed you a long time ago. And I'm like, what you mean you should have killed him a long time ago? When he found out that Taza and David, his brother, were a thing. Because we found out in, I think, the last episode that Taza, they don't say that he's gay or that he's bisexual. He just said that he was in love. So, Taza was like, I loved him and he loved you. Paulo was like, I tried to save him. Well, I tried to save their mom from finding out that David was gay. And they just start wrestling and Paulo misses a shot because they were like face to face and the gun was in Taza's face, but Paulo missed a shot. But then Laura shoots Paulo multiple times in the back. And I said, ooh. I said, dang, it looked like she wanted to do that, but she had to do it. It looked like kind of like a relief that she done it, but it's like, she was like, don't ever talk to me again. She looked at Taza and she was like, don't ever come near me again. Don't talk to me again. And so he takes off the cut that Paulo's has and he said he's not about to die wearing this cut. So we go back to Potter. Potter, he's living his life. He's with his wife and his kid. And she was like, we need some avocados. He goes to the farmer's market and he gets avocados. He comes home. They're not in the kitchen. And he's freaking out. Here comes Adelita. Adelita, she pops up on him. I said, you are about to die right at this minute. You signed your death warrant when you took her child and you tortured her the way that you tortured her. Potter is freaking out because she has a knife. And I said, girl, you about to stab him for the one good time? She was like, you took my baby away from me. Potter's like, wait, so you think I had your baby killed? Girl, I did not kill your child, okay? But if you kill me, you won't find out where your child is. I'm like, girl, you should have asked him where your kid was and then killed him. But okay, we gonna wait until next season. So Alvarez, he's at his house with former security, and they're watching the news break of Galindo's house being raided. So Galindo's at the helicopter. He's waiting for Emily. We cut to Emily, and she's driving a car. We think she's going to meet up with Galindo, but Galindo sees the security, and he asks him, where is she? And he hands Galindo, security guard hands Galindo multiple pills and her wedding ring. We see Emily pull up at her sister's house with the baby, and she tells her, I need your help. And we see Galindo in the helicopter flying somewhere where we don't know where he's going to. Y'all, these last 20 minutes of this episode got me. So we are back at Drugs R Us, and Isaac is just dancing. He's just like head banging, just dancing, doing all this weird motion. And Coco is just hanging by his hands. And then Isaac was like, should I do it? Should I do it? And then all of a sudden, you see this explosion. Boom! Isaac turns his head. He's like, what is this? He goes outside. Alright? Then we see Gilly come into the trailer. And I said, oh my gosh, Gilly, yes, thank you for saving Coco. Finally, someone saved Coco. Thank you. So he saves Coco. And then Isaac and Kurt Cobain, they say that Pookie is in there. And he was like, is he cooking again? We don't know. Then another explosion. Boom! Alright? A whole bunch of stuff is on fire. At this time, Coco irked my nerves. As much as I like Coco, this scene, he irked my nerves. He was irking my nerves bad. So while Gilly is saving Coco, Coco was like, we need to get Hope. So as another explosion happens, he goes and he tries to find Hope. She's not in the trailer. He gets out the trailer, and here comes the whole bunch of all of the cult members. They come in, they about to get Coco and Gilly. And then Coco pop, and then Hope, she pops up. Hope pops up, and Coco is telling her, I can't leave without you. I can't leave without you. Come with me. Come with me. Alright. Isaac says this scene was funny. Isaac said something and Gilly was like, shut up, crystal meth Jesus. And I was like, that was a good one. But he kept saying, Hope, come with me. Hope was like, Coco, I can't. They won't let me come with you. There are too many of them. Gilly was like, yo, she's right. There's a lot of them. Coco was like, I can't leave without you. And I said, Coco, get your butt out of this mountain now. Get out now. Nigga, if you don't get your butt out of this compound now. He was pissing me off so bad. I said, if you don't get your butt out of this cult now. And so she hugs him and she was like, I'm poisoned. And I said, so Coco, that means let her go. There are a whole bunch of other girls out there. Leave Hope alone now. So he leaves. Alright. And then Isaac, he talks to Hope. And then Coco was like, and another thing. He was like, I ain't your brother. He shoots Isaac in the ear, and he shoots the other girl who was laughing, crackhead laughing like a hyena. He shot her. And then they was about to start guns a-blazing. Then Kurt Cobain stepped in, and he was like, stop it, y'all. Stop it. It's over. He looked at Coco and said, it's over. And I said, oh, thank God. And Hope goes with Coco and Gilly. All that I wanted was that Kurt Cobain was not going to get killed. That's all I wanted. Kurt Cobain is still alive, y'all. And if y'all are new here, I call this dude Kurt Cobain because he looked like Kurt Cobain. I know his nickname is Butterfly, but he looked like Kurt Cobain. His nickname is Kurt Cobain. There you go. So, alright. So, that was the only scene. I was wondering, where is Coco? Where is Coco? Where is Coco? They waited into the last 20 minutes to show us Coco. Okay, so that happened. Okay. So, y'all, this gets good. So Taza comes back. Okay, he goes back to the charter and he goes back into the temple. And he tells Bishop that Paulo has something in motion. And it's gonna happen soon. In this moment, I said, Karma is about to come. Karma is about to make her way to the Santo Padre Charter. What goes around, comes around. I believe in karma 100%. I believe if you do good in life, good things will come back to you. If you do bad things are going to happen to you. I 100% believe in karma. I tweeted, karma is going to come to the Santo Padre Charter. Karma is heading her way. Okay? Taza tells Pope what Paulo said. He shows him the bloody cut. He pulls out the gun and he tells Bishop, You might want to use that after I tell you what I'm about to tell you. Easy comes back into the clubhouse. Angel sees what's happening and he hugs him. Easy was like, this is who I am now. This is where I belong. Pops, he's at the border and he sprinkles his wife ashes on the other side of the border. We get back to Bishop and Taza. Bishop says, Riz, our brother, all of this to cover up that you're up. He was about to say the F word, which is F-A-G. I don't like repeating that word because that word is so disrespectful. And as a supporter of the LGBTQ community, I am a supporter. I'm like, so you're homophobic? Because you were about to use the F word. And Taza corrected him, and he said, I was in love. And Taza was like, look here, I'm not ashamed of what I've done. You know, since all of this happened, I didn't expect all of this to happen. I didn't expect this many people to get hurt. He was like, Bishop, I'm tired. I'm tired, Bishop. Bishop picks up the gun. He looks at it. And Taza was like, do what you gotta do, brother. Do what you gotta do. Ezekiel, he goes outside. He sits down on the steps. It's quiet. Then all of a sudden, boom! Hear a gunshot. I was like, what just happened? And then, all of a sudden, you start seeing these fire bombs start coming in. It's fire bombs. They just start pouring in. And then you're hearing the gate. The gate is shaking. Alright? Camera pans over. Gets an overhead shot. Camera gets an overhead shot of what's going on behind the gate. And it's a whole bunch of Mayan charters ready to get into the Santo Padre charter compound. And then Ezekiel stands up and he pulls a gun out and he's looking. And it's just a fire, just blazing. And I said in this moment, so nobody else ain't hear any of this. So nobody else heard a gunshot. So nobody else is hearing this barricade making noise. Nobody else is hearing this? Nobody else? Hello. Nobody else hearing what's going on. I said, what is going on? And y'all, that was the season finale. That was the season 3 finale of Mayans MC. Y'all, this was a good season. This really was a good season. I must say this. Season 1, it was, based on what this show is about, it's about the Mayans motorcycle club. We found out that this was going to be a thing, in the news and everything like that. It was going to be a prequel to Sons of Anarchy about Jax Teller's father and how he started the SOA charter, but they were like, we're going to focus on the Mayans. So the first season, of course, the introduction to the Mayans. We're going to have, interactions with Sons of Anarchy because they once were enemies turned allies. And the history, we all know the history that both clubs had. So, first season, it was an introduction. And Kurt Sutter, he was behind everything the first 2 seasons. But then he was let go after season 2. So then Elgin took charge of season 3. I'm sure Kurt Sutter still gets credit for, the creation of the show and being one of the executive producers. But he's no longer running the show. Okay, he's not running it. He's not a part of filming. He's not a part of pre-production. He's just the executive producer. So Kurt had no well, he might have had some, but he didn't have a whole bunch of input like he may have had in season 1 and season 2. Elgin took over this show. He is one of the producers, he is one of the writers, he is one of the directors, he is the showrunner, he is the executive producer, he's the one that also created this show. So season 3 was definitely different from the first 2 seasons, and I liked it because we got to know a little bit more about other characters of the show. We got to know a little bit more about Tazo. And I want to know more about his story. I want to know who David was. Okay, I want to know more about David. We got to know a little bit about Hank. Okay, we got to know just some of the smaller characters because Hank and Creeper and Gilly, they really didn't have that many like speaking roles and stuff like that. Like they were just there. But in this season, they kind of stepped up in a little bit more. And I'm hoping in season 4 we get to see more of Hank's, life, more of Creeper's life, more of Gilly's life. I still want to get to know these characters because I feel like I still don't know them like we know Coco or Angel or Taza or Bishop. We got to know more about Bishop in his past in this season. I want to know more about each and every. We know about Ezekiel. We know about Angel and Ezekiel. We understand. We know them. We know about Coco. We know more about Bishop. I want to know more about Taza. I want to know more about Hank. I want to know more about Creeper. I want to know more about Gilly. So hopefully we get to see that in season 4. But y'all, this was a really good season. It really was. Really, really good season. And I'm excited. Congratulations to the show for getting renewed for season 4. So you guys, I will see you guys when season 4 happens, alright? So that is a wrap